Hello, it's Adedoyin Jaiyesimi here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Since this is my first video on YouTube this year, please permit me to wish you a very happy new year. I really pray that 2025 will exceed your expectations, that you will not only meet your goals, that you will have pleasant surprises, you will grow and flourish in your career, and you will thrive. This year, I really want to see more communications professionals having purposeful careers where they're valued, where they are remunerated well, where they're just, I want to say living their best life, but fulfilling purpose, even in career. So that is my prayer for you. So let's get into the topic of today. So I thought about giving you some unconventional career advice to help you start the year. And I hope that this career advice will take you through 2025 and would also get you to where you need to be. I call it unconventional because, I guess I should let you determine whether it's unconventional or not. But in my opinion, most of it is unconventional, so I'll get right to it so that I don't keep you guessing. So the first advice that I will give you is that this year you need to embrace your process and journey. Like I said, maybe unconventional, maybe conventional, I don't know. However, I have come to realize that it is important to go through the process in your journey. We want to get to the top of our careers as quickly as possible so that we're earning the big bucks, we're getting into those big rooms, getting onto those stages and platforms. That's all well and good. But I've also discovered that in the time that you spend behind the scenes, away from the spotlight, honing your skills, being baked, being fully formed, those years are so crucial. In fact, I feel like if you don't lay the foundation properly, when you get to the spotlight, when you get to the top of the career, the cracks begin to show, the gaps begin to show. And so your time behind the scene, and I want to use the word wilderness from the Bible. Like you see someone like a David, for example, there were years that he had to spend, quote and unquote, in the wilderness, being, honing his skills, his ability to be precise in his skill, in his competence. And when the big moment came to defeat Goliath, he was ready because he had been practicing behind the scenes. And that's essentially the kind of thing that I'm talking about. So I want to encourage you to submit to the discipline of growth. There needs to be some sort of discipline to it. You need to have a plan and stick to your plan. I want to be XYZ this year. I want to achieve this. What is the plan? I'm always asking people when people come for virtual sessions, career coaching, what is the plan? Okay, this is where you are now. Where do you need to be? And you know that I have, or you may not know if you've not been following me for a while, I have a video on just doing a skill audit. Where do I need to be? What are the things that I need to do? Breaking it down and then be disciplined. We really have to be disciplined. I was having a conversation with someone, although we're just talking about how we say we find it so hard to create time to read our Bible. But then if you look at your screen time, you realize that you're spending so much time on social media, on wasteful activities. So you actually do have time. So please prioritize your personal development and growth this year. Also, invest in your professional development. Don't wait for your organization to send you on training. Think creatively about how you can close the skill gaps, especially if you can't even afford to do a master's, get a certification. What are the low-hanging fruits? I'm always talking about the low-hanging fruits. Can I use YouTube? Can I follow thought leaders? I think for me, the quickest hack, follow the thought leaders on LinkedIn that you can see that they know their stuff. Consume all their free content. And there are a lot of people giving free content. I'm giving free content. Shola Abulu is giving free content. Joanna Parsons, she does internal communications, free content. There are a lot of people giving free, valuable, because not all free content is good content, but valuable content. Go for webinars. Just immerse yourself in that space that is allowing you to grow. The second one, and now maybe this one is the really unconventional one, is it's important to adopt a service mindset. Now, in the last few years of my career, I've seen that a lot of people just want to take. It's always, or usually, what's in it for me? What can I gain out of this? And while it's not bad to think about yourself, to think about, okay, what's this doing for me? I like to come from a service mindset. What value am I adding? How can I add to this person's life? What can I do to support and help this person? And I've realized that by adopting that service mindset, I'm able to get to where I need to be. But I found that the people that stand out the most are the people that truly have a heart of service, because some people, they serve because they want something in return. So that's not what I'm saying. Just genuine heart of service, and that hunger that I want to know more, I want to learn more, and I want to be a person of value. And finally, on this point, I think it's really important as you rise in your career, please don't forget those that are coming behind you. You might say, Adedoyin, please, I don't really have an obligation. Well, maybe that's true, but the truth is that having a service mindset is also not only looking forward, but looking backward. How can I serve those that are coming behind? I met one of our early mentees from our comms mentorship program a few months ago, and we were just having a conversation. And I told her, I hope that you're paying these things forward, but because she was telling me how she has grown, the things that she has learned. And then when we started having the conversation, she's like, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time. I was like, but somebody created time to mentor you. So I had to drag her, lovingly to say that, look, we can always create time. Everybody is busy. The person that spent the 8 weeks mentoring you was so busy as well. But the 8 weeks made a difference in your career journey. So think about people that are coming behind. So if you're now a comms officer, if you are, for example, you are now like 3, 4, 5 years in your career, there are people that are still in school, doing NYSC if you're in Nigeria, there are comms interns, people just starting out. There's things that you can share with them, their lessons. Please find ways to pay it forward. You don't have to be a thought leader. You just need to just share with them, hold their hands, tell them, oh, this is what worked for me, these are the mistakes that I made. And you will find that we're pulling each other up. It's like you're sowing good seeds, basically. The third unconventional advice that I have for you is, I would really encourage you to shift your mindset regarding how you think about your career. A lot of us, when we think about our career, is a means to an end. So I'm getting income from this. Some people, they're like, okay, I'm doing this because it's aligned with my skill. A fewer set of people have an understanding that this is an avenue to fulfill purpose, to fulfill my God-given purpose. And I really want you to get to the point where you see that there is purpose in your career. You are not just creating campaigns and social media content. You are not just advising your CEOs. There is a bigger picture. There is a bigger purpose to fulfill. And that is honestly something that would make you wake up every day. Like me, for example, I'm fulfilling purpose with this career in communications. And what that means also is that my identity is not tied to my career. My identity is not tied to a title. My identity is not tied to an organization. And it's so important to have this in mind, especially now that there's a lot more uncertainty in the corporate world, even in the world in general. So you cannot afford for your title or your career to be your identity, because what happens when that thing is taken away, if an organization, they're downsizing, somehow you lose your job, you didn't plan for it, then you have an identity crisis. However, if you have a purpose mindset to your career, it doesn't matter, because you will find ways to express. God will open a way for you to express the gifts that he has given to you, because this is beyond a career. You can see I'm almost preaching, because it's so important. So you need to really think, what is the purpose here? What is the bigger picture? What is my God-given gift? How am I using my God-given gifts? I'm using my career to support and equip young professionals across the African continent. And that for me is so rewarding and so fulfilling. Now, I'm not saying that you should now adopt that. Not everybody can be Adedoyin. We're two different people, but there is a purpose. There's something. And I think that when we're able to know what that thing is and the bigger picture, it really gives us a drive to do more, and it really also helps us go through the challenging times in our careers. And finally, on this point, maybe this is also the part that's equally unconventional, is please be led by God in your career moves, because I've just found that not everything is about the money. Not everything is about how prestigious this organization looks like. There was someone that was asking me for advice, and this company that it looked like the great company on paper, high profile, and then the other company relatively new. And I said to her, this other company, you're going to learn and you're going to grow faster based on a certain number of things. And I follow the nudges of the Holy Spirit. And as she was speaking to me, I just really sensed for her that she should take that other role, that other offer, because I just really saw that she would thrive and all. And it appeared the same way. The people that she knew that went to that organization, they were stifled in some way, because sometimes some of these big organizations that you want to work with, they have more bureaucracy, there's more office politics, there is more lack of balance in terms of working and having your personal time off. So really, and it's different for different people, right? Some people go to those big organizations and they actually flourish. So this is not a one size fits all thing, which is why I say be led by God. Make sure that for you, your choices are beyond money, because money is important, right? We all need money, especially like the way the economy is now everywhere. But money cannot be the sole deciding factor. There have to be other things that you are considering, which is why I'm asking you to shift to thinking about your career from the purpose lens. Now, the fourth advice that I have for you is please create a professional accountability group. You might not be like, Adedoyin, which one is this? I'll tell you. So again, I have seen that people are trying to find their way alone, and it's not needed. In the 5 years, can you imagine, Comms Avenue is 5 this year, so exciting. In the 5 years of running the Comms Avenue vision, I have seen the power of community, people coming together, having a shared vision, shared purpose, shared goals, and we're thriving together, celebrating one another, even when we started our chapters last year. And I've seen it. And then I really started thinking about how can this even be amplified, even for people that maybe don't like to be in a big community like that. If you look amongst yourself and your peers, and you know I'm always an advocate of peer mentorship, going with your peers. The senior guys are great, you need them, but you also need your peers. So imagine if 3, 4, 5 of you come together this year and say, these are the goals that we have. You sit down, you talk about the goals. What do we want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Everybody says what they want to do, and you create some sort of accountability around yourselves, that every month you're checking in, whether it's via Zoom or you create a WhatsApp group. How far with this? What then happens in that group is that you're sharing opportunities, because your colleague has told you that, they want to work in a certain organization. You're, I heard about this, or they want to attend one conference. I found a scholarship for to attend this conference in Ethiopia, for example. You're able to share. It's very, very difficult to just thrive alone in a silo. God did not create us to be isolated, right? So think about coming together. And this professional accountability group, you guys don't need to be best friends. And I've seen the importance of not professional accountability, but accountability generally. So I have accountability partners for my spiritual life. I have accountability partner for my personal and professional life. I met my accountability partner just a few weekends ago, and we had a conversation of, okay, Adedoyin, what is the big picture for you for 2025? So come together. And another thing that I will add for this professional accountability group is this. So imagine I have people reaching out to me every day via LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, asking me one question or the other. I'm not able to answer everybody. I have only 24 hours, right? But imagine if 4 of you, 5 of you come together and say, look, Adedoyin, we've come together, we would like to ask a few questions, and you've defined, because you've come together and you've set out your goals, set out your challenges, you will see areas of similarity, right? And then you come to me and you say, we have these 4 or 5 questions that we want to ask, or things that we would like you to please share with us. And then you book a time. Now, I have one-on-ones with people, 30 minutes, for example. My free coaching sessions are 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, if I have, for example, maybe 3, 4 people that I'm speaking to in a week, I'm exhausted. But all of you, you're 5, you come together, and maybe I give you 1 hour of my time. But you see, that 1 hour, I'm speaking to 5 people. And then you can go with what I have said and come back to me and say, Adedoyin, we've been able to do this. Some of you, you may just be able to get access to the time of the senior professionals that you're looking for by just coming together with a shared vision and shared purpose. And you will find the results. So I really would like at least some people to try this and give me the feedback this year. And then you celebrate each other, because somebody, for example, they may get their own goals achieved at the beginning of the year. Yours might happen by Q4. Celebrate one another. I think enough said on that point. And finally, the last advice that I will give you is to please sow good seeds. Sow good seeds. Like, I feel like it's so important. I remember when I was having a mentorship session in Abuja, and I ended by telling them that there's so many things about my career that I cannot just explain, but I believe that I'm reaping the rewards of seeds that I have sown in the past. God knows how to water. God is not a transactional God that, okay, you give here, you get this exact same thing, but he really, really does reward us for the seeds that we sow. And so for you in your professional career, what does sowing good seeds look like? It looks like being generous with the things that you know. Again, don't say, oh, I only have 2 years experience, I've not really mastered it, but there's some things you've learned that you can share with other people. I've always been that person. If there's a book that I finished reading that is so good, I'm telling my people, this book is so good, you should read it. I just stumbled on this podcast, listen to this, or I share a link with my friend, you need to watch. That's generosity. That's you sharing from what you already know or what you've been able to gain access to. For example, your character, you can sow good seeds with your character. Be honoring of people, be respectful. Even when people are rude, you can be honoring of people. Just help making people feel better when they come across you. Not that they will come across you and they will not be thinking of their lives, So you can really sow good seeds with your character, and that does actually make a difference. And then, just like the first point, just helping and supporting others. How can I help? This series called New Amsterdam, the doctor that is always saying, how can I help? That's my posture. How can I help? How can I be of service? You will not be able to help everybody. You're not Jesus. However, there are people that you can directly help. There are people that you can signpost. I don't know the answer, but here is a link. Or to say, oh, I don't know the answer, but I will be thinking about it. If I stumble on something, I'll let you know. Sometimes I don't even know. And the best thing that I can do for that person in that moment is to pray for them. And that's okay. But just really have that mindset of helping and supporting others. So I hope that these 5, should I say, they're not tips, but this unconventional advice that I've given to you, really think about it. Take the one that is useful for you. As always, this is me sharing from my perspective on these issues. But I would like to end with this encouragement, and it's from scripture. It's one of the scriptures that I love, Proverbs 3:5, and it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. I have really, really seen the beauty of being directed by the Lord in my career, and in my entire life. I've seen the beauty of just seeking the counsel of God. God, should I do this? Should I go this way? Should I go in this direction? And just trusting him, believing that all things work together for my good, even in times and periods of uncertainty. So I really, really do wish you an amazing 2025, one that you will flourish, one that you will excel beyond your imagination. And I'm looking forward to really helping you and supporting you as best as I can in your career. In the description of this video, I have put there a survey. I kind of want to hear from you. What are your goals for this year? What are the things that you would like me to talk more about on this channel? Just let me know, what kind of support do you need from me? I'm really thinking about how best to support as many professionals as I can. Maybe that I can't support everybody, but as many as I can. So if you would like me to support you more or better this year, please just click the link in the description and complete the survey. It's completely anonymous. I just need information to know what people want to achieve this year and how best I can support. Thank you for watching. Bye.